I went into Total Wine and bought the cheapest bottle of whiskey I could find. Let's see how this $10.99 bottle of Crow 86 holds up against a good, inexpensive bottle. So this is a 3-year-old release from Jim Beam. It turns out that Old Crow used to be one of the finest low-proof bourbons. It's not a good start. This particular labeling is part of Jim Beam's revival of the old labels of Old Overholt and Old Granddad and Old Crow, now Crow 86. Let's put it up against the only inexpensive bottle I have that's actually good and similar, Evan Williams Bottle & Bond. This one is known to be an inexpensive bottle, and even though it's more like $17.99 and a higher proof, I think it's a fair comparison because this one is so good it's so cheap. Well, let's try the Crow 86. Gotta rip the Band-Aid off, I guess. The nose is light, it's caramel, vanilla, it smells like bourbon. It actually isn't bad. There's apple, and there's some bourbon vanilla notes and some caramel. There's a little bit of that Beam nuttiness, just a tiny bit. An ever so subtle presence of oak. Actually not as bad as I thought it would be, and definitely not as bad as that $10.99 price point would seem to indicate. Now, I have my feeling I know how this is going to go, and it's probably not necessary, but for science sake, the Evan Williams Bottle & Bond is definitely better, primarily because of the boldness of the spicy notes, a better finish, and a little more complexity in what you get, whereas the Old Crow 86 is just a classic, non-offensive, low-proof, easy drinking, Jim Beam style bourbon. I'm going to say this though, that's actually worth $10.99. That's actually not a bad bottle. And I think officially, the best $10 bottle I've ever had. I'm going to warn you against doing this. The odds of you walking into your liquor store and buying the least expensive bottle of whiskey that you can find and it not being garbage are pretty low. But if you see this one, you could probably get away with it. I wouldn't really be mad at that. That's budget friendly. Gotta have these low cost options nowadays, man. People be broke out there. Crow 86, I guess you dropped the old and maybe it got better. Well, anyway, there you go. You're welcome. Inexpensive bottle of bourbon that you can get that isn't garbage.